You need a high stress tolerance in business. A lot of you boys watching this video are getting stressed with your 9-to-5 job, with homework in school, with assignments in university. This is a mistake. You need to change your perspective. I remember there was a quote from Donald Trump, and he basically said, someone was asking him, oh, hold on boys. This super fast is long, it's hard to turn it. We're gonna keep this in. So they're asking Trump, how do you deal with stress? And Trump said, well, I don't really look at it as stress because life's all one big game anyway. We're all gonna die, none of it really matters, so who cares about a bit of stress? And I like this approach because it's completely true. At the end of the day, guys, everything you're dealing with right now is not that big of a deal. Especially when you work a regular 9-to-5 job. Worst case scenario, you don't do the work that your boss assigned you. Worst case scenario, you get fired. You can always find another job. Worst case scenario, you just end up quitting that job anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's not too serious. A lot of people over complicate things. They make them more stressful than they need to be. But if you want to be successful, you are going to have to increase your stress tolerance in business. You are going to have to become more comfortable at dealing with stress. Because what about if you get a refund complaint from one of your customers? What about if you get a chargeback? What about if you have one of your employees betraying you or leaving you? There are constantly problems that come up in business. Maybe a competitor steals your idea. Maybe a competitor steals on your employees. There's all sorts of things that can happen in business that are stressful. I've been betrayed before in business. It's not a nice feeling. But once you have a pretty realistic view on the world and how it works, nothing can really faze you too much. You kind of just think, well, yeah, it was bound to happen at some point, right? Your girlfriend could leave you and you can just say to yourself, it was bound to happen at some point. Employee could leave you and you can say, it was bound to happen, right? Customer has a problem, it was bound to happen. Like, all these things have happened to other people. Eventually, they're probably gonna happen to you. And not necessarily all of them, but a lot of them. So why are you guys getting overwhelmed by small problems? This is what you should be asking yourself. But I'm telling you, man, as you get higher and higher in business, it'll only become more and more stressful. The problems will only get bigger and bigger. More people will be waiting for your downfall. More people will be watching your every move. You'll have more and more customers to deal with, more and more employees to manage, more and more managers to manage, more and more bank accounts to look at, more and more investment portfolios, more and more everything, more and more cars to maintain, more and more properties to maintain. Everything is just going to be times 10, times 20 what you have right now in your life. So if you want to do well in business, understand you have to increase your stress tolerance, so get used to it from now. That's all I can say. It's not going to get any easier, so just make sure you get stronger.